I was having a conversation with Roland Baker, and I said, who needs missionaries more than anyone in the world? And he said, the Congo. Just a few months later, there I was in Congo. So we're seeing crazy miracles every day and seeing people in the most insane circumstances just crying out for God because he's actually the only one who can protect them. We started having raids in our neighborhood at night. And so we were hearing screams at night and we were hearing them make their ways down the street. About 2 weeks in was when we really started getting this, we don't know if this is ever gonna end. And I literally laid there in bed thinking, I'm gonna die tonight. You just don't know what's gonna happen. When you go out during the day, it almost feels like everyone's out to get you. I'd never felt anything like that before. Night after night of war, and then going during the day and doing the work we were doing with victims of war, just worn out physically, emotionally, spiritually, on all levels. And then I came home. At first, I thought I was okay. I was thinking, I've been through conflict zones before, I completely know what's going on here. I started feeling anxious and angry almost all the time. And so, you know, the days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, where pretty soon I wasn't sleeping at all. I was hearing voices, I was hearing gunshots, I was hearing babies crying. My relationships just began to break down and was, you know, having outbursts of anger at them, sometimes remembering it and sometimes not. I was having absolute panic attacks where I thought I was dying. I told a few close people and I went to a counselor, and I didn't get much help from the counselor. And they had said I had PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. They wanted to put me on medication. And I just go, no one can help me. And when that happened is when I became suicidal. God honestly felt so silent. And the voices around me were so loud. And I was just so angry with him. I felt like he had completely abandoned me. I felt like he had sent me into the darkest places to just see if you can make it, you know, and leave me alone once I got out. And so I felt really abandoned. I ended up in my floor with a Bible in one hand and a bottle of pills in the other. And I just said, God, if you don't show up, I quit. I had this one moment where it was like, this actually could get better. Don't kill yourself. I fell into the floor and I just started weeping and weeping and weeping. And I cried for about 30 minutes. And that's when Jesus spoke. And he said, will you leave me too? And I was able to go, I don't understand. I'm hurting so bad. I don't know what else to do. I don't know why you're not healing me. I don't know why you're not talking to me. I don't know why you're not helping me. I don't know where else I'd go. Been by this time to 3 different therapists, and someone recommended Bethel. The Lord just started working in me and kind of leading me in the direction of the school. And so I would go to school in massive anxiety, have to walk out several times during the day because the crowd was so big. And this girl who I'd only met once or twice, she said, I had a dream and you're supposed to go to Destiny House. This girl comes over to me and she's like, I feel like I'm supposed to dance over you. Please, no, like God, anything but that. Like, please don't put me in the middle. So I said yes, and very reluctantly I came and I just sat in the middle of the room by myself. My anxiety's running wild in that moment. I'm like, just make this stop. And as she starts dancing, it's like I felt these weights coming off my back. And I felt all the tension leave. I felt all the anxiety leave. Every single thing that had been attached to me since I had left the country was just being pulled out in that moment. And I went home and I remember telling my roommates, I think I'm healed. Like, I think everything's gone. I've never had anxiety again. I've never had an ounce of depression again. I haven't had another single suicidal thought. I haven't heard voices. Everything that was happening to me when I came back just completely disappeared after she danced over me. I remember the Lord speaking to me right after this happened, and it was out of Corinthians. And he said, Jessica, had the powers of darkness known what I was going to do through this, they never would have attacked you in the first place. We are about to kick the devil in the teeth for everything that he stole from me. Probably about the spring, after I'd been healed a few months, the Lord began to talk to me about going back. Went in and loving it, and a couple of days in, gunshots rang out in the middle of the night. I sat there and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not afraid. Not only is my anxiety and depression and everything gone in an area that I know I'm safe, but I can actually go back to what God's assigned me to do without any fear. It was incredible.